Why am I throwing away my new running shoes? So here's a little glimpse of some running shoes that I actively use, and a pair here that's brand new that I can't stand. Now here's the thing. Here they are. So the Brooks Pure Flow. I've had 3 pairs of these. This pair here has about 700 miles on them. I had the blue pair that I put 1,000 miles on. I've ran with them for the last 1.5 years, 2 years. Been so happy with the Brooks Pure Flow. I came from the Brooks Pure Drift line, which this shoe is still in great shape. It only has about 300 miles on it. It's super light. I love this for track workouts. And before that, I had the Green Silence from Brooks, the super lightweight, biodegradable shoes. So I graduated from this and went to the Brooks Pure Flow. It has a little bit more support in it. It has a 4mm drop. Still lightweight, about 7 ounces. So 1,700 miles combined between 2 pairs did me right. So I bought a brand new pair of Brooks Pure Flow. I bought them in a different color so I could keep them all color coordinated. I don't wear those ones anymore, but this is my new shoe. And I have 25 miles on this shoe. And I got to tell you, I'm in a ton of pain all of a sudden. It is amazing. My back has been killing me. It actually sidelined me from running after I bought these shoes. I was in massive pain with my back. Couldn't figure it out. Went to the chiropractor, kinesiologist, and he muscle tested me. And my shoes were throwing me off. He said, Marcus, I took all my pairs of shoes to him. He pulled out 2 pairs of shoes, my old pair of work shoes and these shoes, saying, Marcus, these shoes are not for you. So then I went to the car and I grabbed these with 700 miles on them. He muscle tested me and they were fine. So I don't know what the story is between the new ones and the old ones. Now, I've always been a huge fan of Vibrams, and I run in Vibrams, but I only get about 250 miles out of each pair. They wear pretty quick. This one here has probably 150 miles on it. So I don't really run that much in these because at certain points I was running 80 miles a week back in 2014. And of course, every 3 weeks I would have been going through a pair of these. I do like these for 6-mile runs. The most I've ever done in these is about 8, 9 miles, 10 miles. Actually, I've done 12 miles. I've done a half marathon. Half marathon on the beach I did in these once, and that served great. So, but last winter, 2014, I picked up a pair of Innovates. Picked up 2 pairs. These are the spiked versions. These are, the neat thing about Innovates is they title them by their weight. So this is the O-Rock 340, meaning 340 grams, which still is a lighter shoe. Mean looking shoe. Love this shoe, but I wear it out in the snow, on the trails, even on the street if there's snow out there. You can see those nice spikes on them. I only have about 80 miles on these. These are doing me awesome. I love those so much, I went out and bought the Rocklight 282 Gore-Tex. Nice knobby bottom. I wear these out in the mud and the rain and on the trails. I don't use this for street. These are a trail shoe. And these are awesome. Keeps my feet dry. But after I was frustrated with the Brooks, this Brooks Pure Flow here that I just bought with 25 miles on it, I was in a store in Florida and I tried on the Innovate F195s, F-Light 195s. Very minimal shoe, no cushion, less of a drop than the Brooks. 6-ounce shoe, again, 195, meaning that's how many grams it is. So super light, no support, really no arch. And I tried these on in a store in Miami when I was on vacation. And I said, I love these. Love these. They feel great. As soon as I put them on, I could feel a massive difference between the 2 shoes. It was night and day, the difference that my foot felt. So I had a friend, I said, hey, muscle test me real quick. And I showed my friend what to do. So she gave me this quick muscle test, and these shoes checked out perfectly fine. I wore them the rest of the day. And the next day I ran a half marathon in them that I wasn't really trained for, because these shoes had been wearing me down. And I gotta tell you, every time I put these shoes on to run, I was doing 9-minute 30 miles in agony and pain. I was doing it. I was doing 6 miles at a 9:30 pace. And it's just every step hurt. It was amazing. I get these on. I run a half marathon on a trail, no less. Hour 48. That's about a, I don't know, 8:20 minute average. So a full minute faster than this, but no pain. A week later, I'm at a 7:40 average on the street with these for 6 miles. 7:40 average. And again, 9:30 was killing me in here. I would go back and forth from these to these. And every time I ran in these, I'd have a good run. But with the winter approaching and getting cold out, these, you know, aren't good under 25 degrees. I don't like these. My feet, my toes get cold. These are cold too, by the way. There's not much insulation in here, and these are a cold running shoe. But after 2 miles, my toes seem to warm up now. And I've gone out at, I went out with these at 1 degree the other day. And after 2 miles, my feet did warm up. So I'd have a great run in these. I'd be like, man, I've had my best run in a month. Then I go back to put these on, and it was just agony and pain. I had no motivation to run, and it was driving me crazy. So I took these down to Florida to run this half marathon that I was scheduled to run with those. And I took these down because I'm like, I'm definitely going to run, not going to run in these because I know these are just tearing my feet apart. So I was going to plan on running the half marathon in these on a trail. I figured it was better than that because I knew there was some kind of correlation here. I just knew there was something. And I was not going to run in these after I got muscle tested because I was like, man, these are just not working for me. So these shoes, Innovate F195s, light F195s, F-Light 195s. Now, I'm not saying that Brooks are a bad shoe. Don't get me wrong. Brooks served my purpose for years, the Brooks line. And I still have some trail shoes from them. I still have 2 pairs of the Brooks Pure Grit. And they seem to be doing, I don't feel any pain when I run in those, and I have some decent times. But I was having faster times on the trail runs with the other Brooks than I was on the street with these. So this is a discouraging shoe. So when you go to buy shoes, it's super important that you try on as many pairs as you can. Buy from a reputable company, store. Do not go online and buy, because you really want to try 3-4 different sizes out. Wear them around the store for several minutes. Have the store make sure there's a guarantee policy that if you go home and a week later, 30 days later, if these shoes are hurting you, that you can return them and get something else. Now, for the longest time, I would buy shoes, the Brooks, and I would pull out the sole here, right? So I just pull the sole out because I didn't want that extra support, and just run right with what's in the shoe there. Because, you know, there's a whole nother video topic on support on shoes and the arches and stuff. I mean, look at that arch though. That's got some arch in it. So, and of course it's flexible and bendable, but the shoes are definitely have more support than those. And of course these have very minimal support. So, I'm not saying Brooks are a bad shoe. Brooks served the purpose for many years for me. Maybe I changed my stance. Maybe I became a better runner. Maybe I became a worse runner. But I do know that switching to these, my calves were killing me. Just like these, when I run a lot in these, my calves, because you have to actually adjust your stance. You can't, your foot wants to run a different way. It's like jump roping. If you jump roped and landed on your heels every time, you'd stop jump roping ASAP. If you jump rope on your toes, you're much lighter. It's much easier. So you have to adjust your stance. The more minimal shoe you go, the less cushion you have, the less arch you have, the less drop you have to adjust that stance and make sure that you are hitting more to your mid to front when you land instead of landing on your heels. So I'm not throwing these shoes away per se, but I will have them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Don't know. 26 miles is a brand new shoe, but I do know they were killing me. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe. And what is your favorite running shoe? What do you, and I have a lot of running shoes here, so I have a lot of different favorite running shoes for different conditions. But what is your favorite running shoe? Is it a brand? Is it a style? Is it a specific shoe? Do you like the 5 fingers? Do you like Innovate? Are you a Brooks fan? Are you a Nike fan? Are you a New Balance fan? Leave some comments.